Good afternoon on what is in turn a showery, windy, bright afternoon. It is Wednesday, the 29th of September. I am back in the region Nook with a nice hot cup of tea and some parcels to unbox. So there you go. So the next one I am going to unbox is this one. It's fairly light. It has come from Leisure Games in London, so I do know what's in here. And if you do not have a friendly local gaming shop in the UK, then I thoroughly recommend Leisure Games. They are incredibly reliable. They really have a good stock, and they have a lot of good stock that isn't generally available through distribution. Because they keep an eye on Kickstarters, and they do go direct to suppliers as well. Other friendly local game shops are available. My own is Wayland's Forge, and that's also good. But for things that Wayland's Forge can't get, then I do go to Leisure Games. So let's go. So what we've got is this. Okay. Now this. Let me just show you what this is. It's one shot from Mothership Sci-Fi Horror. This is the Haunting of Ypsilon 14. But okay, it's not just that. I didn't pay that much for just that. So let's open this up and I'll show you what is in here. Because it's well taped down. So as you can see, so I'm just going to do one of these at a time. Probably fairly short videos. Now, if you've not come across Mothership Sci-Fi Horror is a role-playing game, percentile based, that draws from Alien and Aliens for its inspiration. You've really got 4 character types, and they are essentially pilots. Things like pilot, soldier, scientist, android, labourer, that sort of thing. So 4 or 5, and the character generation is fantastically well done. It's on a flow chart on the character sheet. You just go, I'm going to have that character. Tells you what to do step by step, and you can do a character in a couple of minutes or so. And in being essentially, as I said, sci-fi horror role-playing game, being inspired by Aliens and Alien, it's doing that kind of that grungy working space in space, that kind of grungy working environment in space. That is. So it's not just Alien Aliens, it also does things like, to an extent, it would do Silent Running or Outland, the film with Sean Connery, 1980-81, which is basically High Noon in space, and if you haven't watched it, I do recommend it, it's very good. And it's one of those role-playing games that have sort of taken sort of like the independent community by storm, along with things like Mouse Ritter, and Old School Essential is another one, and also Mortborge, which is the death metal pre-apocalypse fantasy role-playing game that's come out of the Stockholm Collective and so Sweden. But the Haunting of Ypsilon 14 is a mini scenario that in a pamphlet. During a routine cargo job on a remote asteroid mining base, you learn that one of the workers has disappeared. No blood, no body, no record of the airlock opening, just gone. And that's not the only unexplainable thing that's happening at Ypsilon 14. What is the alien material at the heart of the asteroid? What do the weird events around the base have to do with it? Who, if anyone, can be trusted? Can you make it out alive before you also disappear? So this works with a number of different role-playing games, essentially the blue-collar science fiction role-playing games, and you could take this and drop it into other role-playing games as well. So, for example, it would work with Those Wicked Places from Osprey Press, and Alien from a role-playing game from Free League, Hostile as well, from Zozo Games, and similar role-playing games. But you can also take this plot, drop it into Traveller, that sort of thing, because that also works. And what you've got is really, you just essentially, there we go, you just fold it out like that, and that's the back. And on here it says you start here, and you work your way down, start here, and it says step 1, docking bay 2. The crew docks here to pick up some cargo en route to a trading satellite. Sonny greets them. They authorise them with the docking, opening the airlock through the workspace terminal, and then they go through the airlock to workspace and so on. And there are links to the scenario. So almost essentially what you've got here is a map, is a scenario done as a map of a map or the deck plans of the mining facility. That's really clever. And then over on the back, you have list of the NPCs, and then the details of the monster there, and then what you've got on the back is essentially the clues. So, and all that's done in really just 6 sides of a cardboard pamphlet. And if you're going to run Mothership, then you definitely want this. And essentially, most of the scenarios for Mothership are one shots, because they really although they take their kind of their ethos and their feel from from the genres, blue collar science fiction, role playing genre. It's mostly the horror. So you are thinking Alien or perhaps Horizon and the like. So it's not the only one in that pack, and you can get that pack fairly carefully. The publisher is Tuesday Night Games, who publish Mothership as well. So these are official scenarios. There are plenty of unofficial scenarios in there. So if you go to somewhere like Kickstarter and ZineQuest, you will see multiple fanzines which essentially have what they've done is they've taken the fanzine format and developed used that for a scenario, and that's a perfectly valid means of handling that. Nevertheless, and also the other thing is, of course, you may want to pick these up because Mothership is going to get a box set that's coming up on Kickstarter soon, and I will probably be backing that because it's probably going to be excellent. I like the Mothership the role-playing game itself. You will find a full review of that on my blog, and I'm going to do a mini review of this fairly soon. Okay, in the meantime, it's been a fairly short review because basically this amounts to just a simple pamphlet. He said, in the meantime, thank you very much for watching another unboxing in the Nook. If you have enjoyed this, please do click the like button down below. And of course, if you have any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you posting those, and I do take the time to read them and respond as and when I can. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, where you will see me essentially with a package like this and games a bit like this, but probably a bit more substantial than this. Then you basically watch me unbox those and then talk about them for the it's basically the talk about them to the best of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so. Then all accompanied, of course, by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do hit that subscribe button. In the meantime, thanks again for watching, and I'll be back again soon with another unboxing in the Nook. Bye for now.